pillow underneath your head so that your neck is lengthened, okay? So you don't have to have your chin sticking up in the air, your chin needs to be tucked under. So if you've got a roller, use your roller. If you haven't got a roller, just lie on the floor. Okay, so we're going to start by keeping the knees bent, and your feet should be flat on the floor. So have a little bit of a gap in between each foot, just so it gives you a little bit more stability. Okay, so we're going to start with our usual warm-up. Hands down by your sides, and then when you're ready, take a big deep breath in, tense your tummy muscles, and then pull your rib cage down towards your belly button. Hold that there and keep breathing. So that's your core engaged now, okay? Squeeze your pelvic floor muscles as well. So again, if you're not sure how to do that, imagine you're going to the toilet for a wee and you're stopping your wee halfway through. So nice deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. Try and relax your shoulders as well. Okay, relax. Okay, we're going to add in a pelvic tilt now. So we're going to breathe in, squeeze your tummy muscles, engage the core, and then as you breathe out, tilt your pelvis, press the small of your back into your roller or into the floor, and breathe in, release. And again, breathe out, tilt, so you're still squeezing your pelvic floor muscles as well, and breathe in, release. And again. So we're just mobilizing the bottom of the spine here. So remember you're breathing out as you tilt and breathing in as you release. Okay, let's do 3 more. Last 2. And 1 more. Now we're going to bring one knee at a time into the chest now. So take a deep breath in, tense the tummy, engage the core, and then as you breathe out, lift your right knee to your chest and control that leg back down. Change sides. So we're alternating the legs. Nice slow movement. So the movement needs to go with the breathing. Breathing out as you lift the knee, breathing in as you lower it back down. So mobilizing the hips on this one. Perfect. Remember to relax your shoulders as well. Try not to tense your shoulders up. Well done. Okay, just do 2 more of those. And then we're going to straighten out the right leg now. So breathe in, tighten, tummy and ribs down, and slide your heel along the mat, flex the foot, and slowly slide it back again. Change sides, alternating again for this one. So all you're doing is straightening one leg at a time. So you've always got one foot flat on the floor. Done. The whole time you're keeping your core muscles engaged. And then we're going to add in the opposite arm now. So if you're straightening your right leg, lift your left arm over your head. It's always the opposite side. So try and stretch yourself as tall as you can. Lengthening the body. Still breathing out as you extend and breathing in to come back. Lovely. And then we're going to try doing both arms at the same time now. So just carry on with one leg. And lift both arms over the head. So if you're on your roller, press the small of your back into the roller to give you a little bit more stability. Might be a little bit wobbly. I think this is the one where it helps if you've got a squashed roller, doesn't it? Mine isn't squashed, mine's very wobbly. Last 4. Concentrate on keeping that core engaged. Last 2. And 1 more. Perfect. Keep your knees bent now and take your arms above your chest. Palms of the hands facing each other. And then we're going to open the arms out to the side in a capital T shape. So squeeze your shoulder blades into the floor or into the roller. I was going to say, if you haven't got a floor, you've all got a floor. So breathe out, open the arms, breathe in, bring the hands back together. So not too fast, nice and slow. Again, you're just moving with the breath. Last 3. Holding the arms up again, tiny circles now. So if you circle both arms outwards to start with, so we don't get confused. Again, pressing your shoulder blades into the floor or into the roller. Just concentrate on keeping your neck lengthened as well, so your chin is down. Okay, change direction, circle inwards. Both hands still pressing into the floor. And then when you're ready, take both arms all the way over your head, bring them round, do some nice big circles. So try and get as much range of movement in the shoulders as you can without being in any pain. If you're in any pain, bend the elbows a little bit. You can do smaller circles if you want to. You're aiming to try and get as much range of movement as you can, as long as it's comfortable. And then holding the arms above the chest, we're going to bring them down to the sides and round the other way. So you're circling your arms forward now. Still breathing, a breath in and a breath out on each circle. Last one. Hold the arms above the chest again, palms together. Then you're going to lift your right shoulder off the floor and turn your head to the left. Change sides, so you're lifting your arm or your hand towards the ceiling. Stretching as far as you can comfortably. Again, breathing on the movement. Breathe out, reach. Breathe in, lower. Last 2. And relax. Okay, we're going to take both hands behind the head now. Resting the weight of your head in your hands, take your feet apart, and then we're going to breathe in, tense the tummy, engage the core. Now tuck your chin under and curl the top of your spine off the floor or off the roller. And breathe in, curl down. And again, breathe out, lift. So try not to pull on your head or your neck. You just need to keep the hands relaxed, the head relaxed in the hands like a shelf. If you tuck your chin under, it just keeps the weight off your neck. It'll stop your neck from aching. Okay, do 4 more. That's 3. So remember to breathe out on the lift. Okay, 1 more. And you can relax your head back hands flat on the floor, palms down. Bring your heels quite close to your bottom, and then we're going to keep the feet flat and lift the hips. Breathe in, tense the tummy, engage the core, and then pushing your hips and your bottom off the floor or the roller and lower them back down. So try and lift each vertebra one by one. So try not to keep your spine straight when you lift. You want to peel yourself up one vertebra at a time and then curl yourself back down again. So we're just trying to get the spine to become more mobile, using the little muscles in between each vertebra. Breathe out, push. Breathe in, curl down. So again, try and keep your shoulders relaxed. Squeezing the pelvic floor muscles and breathing. Okay, let's do 3 more. Last 2. And 1 more. And rest. Okay, let's roll off the roller now, if you've got a roller. Excuse me, I've still got one. It's never going to go away. So we're going to just do one more little warm-up exercise before we go into the hard one. So if you put your feet and your knees together, hands flat, and we're just going to go side to side with the knees. Breathe in, tense the tummy, engage the core, and then slowly take both knees over to your right side. Breathe in and bring them back to the center. Now to the left. So again, you're still breathing with the movement. Breathe out, knees to the right. Breathe in, knees to the center. Keep the core engaged, don't let it go. Concentrating, controlling the movements. Okay, keep going with the legs and add in the opposite side with the arms. So turn your head and your arms in the opposite direction. If you don't like turning your head and it makes you feel a little bit dizzy, just do your arms. Keep your head straight. Last one. And relax. So the first one we're going to do is the 100 because I'm freezing down here on this cold floor. So bring your legs into a tabletop position. Imagine you've got your calves resting on the top of a table. So it's a 90-degree bend in the knee and also try and get a 90-degree bend in the hip as well. To increase the level of this exercise, if you're quite used to it, you can stretch your legs out straight. The lower you take them, the harder it is. Okay, so when you're ready, we're going to lift the head and shoulders, breathe in. Tense the tummy, engage the core, lift yourself up as high as you can and tuck your chin under. Stretch your arms forward as far as they'll go, and then when you're ready, breathe out and pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and rest. Bring your knees into your chest, lower your head down, and then rock from side to side. Just massaging the bottom of your spine. Into one leg stretch now. So come back into tabletop, calves on the table. Again, we're going to lift the head and shoulders. So breathe in, tense the tummy, engage the core, lift yourself up. Now lift up as high as you can, okay? And then bring one knee into the chest, extend the other leg away. Change sides. So you want to pull your knee into your chest. Squeeze the muscles all the way down the fronts of your legs. Try not to go too fast. Breathing out on one movement, breathing in on the other. Try and point your toes. So squeezing those muscles in your legs. Don't let your head drop down. Keep yourself up as high as you can. The lower you take your legs, the harder you can make it. It's up to you. So remember to pull the knee into the chest if you can. If you can't reach your knee, that's fine. Just do the leg movements. Feel free to put your head down if you need to. Last two. Okay, bring your knees in again. Relax your head down and rock from side to side. Now we're going to take both legs straight up. Try and get them as straight as you can. If you can't get them straight, it doesn't matter if they're bent, okay? Up to you. So we're going to do hands of the clock. So both of your legs are at 12 o'clock now. Hands down by sides. Take a deep breath. Tense the tummy, engage the core. Now slowly take your right leg down to the side and bring it back to the center. So as low as you can comfortably. Trying to keep your left leg nice and still and your body. All you're moving is your right leg. So remember your breathing. Breathe out as you go down. Breathe in as you come back up. Last three. Keeping the core engaged, don't let it go. Last two. And last one. Have a little breather now. Knees in. Give them a hug. And rock from side to side. And then back to 12 o'clock with both legs. Point the toes, breathe in. Tense the tummy, engage the core. Slowly take that left leg out to the side. And bring it back to the center. So squeezing the muscles in your legs. Pointing your toes if you can. If that gives you cramp, just relax your feet. So try and keep your whole body as still as you can. Just moving that left leg. Well done. So try not to hold your breath. Last three. Last two. And one more. Bend both knees now. Bring them in and rock from side to side. Straighten out your legs now and flex your feet. Just slide your pillow to one side and pop your hands behind your head. So again, you're resting the weight of the head in the hands. Please don't pull on your neck. So we're going to just lift the head and shoulders again like we did in the warm-up. Breathe in, tense, engage, chin under and curl. So we're not coming all the way up. Just a small curl, focusing on the abdominals. Breathe out, curl, tucking the chin under. Breathe in lower. So again, you're lifting one vertebra at a time. Curling and squeezing. Last three. Are you okay, Beryl? And rest. Now we're going to do the same again, but come into tabletop. So 90-degree bend in the knees. Breathe in, tense, engage, and now curl up again. So you should be able to get up a little bit higher this time. deep breaths. Last two. And one more. Okay, relax your head back down, pop your pillow back behind your head and give your knees a hug. And then back into tabletop, hands flat on the floor, palms down. So this time we're going to straighten one leg at a time. The lower towards the floor you take it, the harder you're going to make it. So take a breath, tense the tummy, engage the core, and then straighten one leg and bring it back to tabletop. Change legs. So have a go at making it a little bit lower now. So if that feels uncomfortable on your lower back, just make the legs a little bit higher. If you want to have a go, you can try both legs at the same time. Now please be careful if your back hurts. So really keep that core engaged. Again, the lower you go, the harder you can make it. So if you're struggling, take your legs higher. If you're still struggling, go back to a single leg. Last one. And rest. Knees in. So we're going to do both of those moves now at the same time. So come back into tabletop, move your pillow to the side, lift your head and shoulders, and stretch your arms down by your sides. So when you're ready, take a deep breath, tense the tummy, engage the core, straighten the legs, lift the arms over the head. Bring both back down, and again. So again, you can do single leg if you prefer. If it's too hard, with your head off the floor, put your head back on the floor. So you're coming up into a kind of a V shape. Last four. Last two. And one more. And rest. Thank goodness that was tough, that one, wasn't it? Head down and rock from side to side. And put your feet back on the floor, and then we're going to roll over now onto our side. You don't need your pillow unless you're going to put it on your arm. So you're going to rest your head in your hand and lie on your side. Bend your bottom leg and keep your top leg straight. This top hip bone needs to be pointing forward. If it's pointing towards the ceiling, you haven't got your hips in the right position. So try and get your hips nice and straight. If you bend your bottom leg, it gives you a little bit more support, okay? If you find that you're uncomfortable with your shoulders, put your arm stretched out and rest your head on your pillow like that, okay? So we're going to lift the top leg up and down, put your hand in front, and we're going to start by flexing that top foot. Take a deep breath, tense the tummy, engage the core, and then when you're ready, lift the top leg up, and then as you bring it down, point your toes, lower it down. So flex the foot, lift the leg up, point the toes, lower the leg down. So really try and squeeze the muscles in your legs. Point and lower. The whole time you should have your core muscles engaged and you should still be breathing with the movement. Flex, lift the leg, point, lower down. And again, flex, lift up, point, lower down. Try and keep your knee pointing forward as well. If you lift your leg too high, you'll end up twisting your knee towards the ceiling. Everything needs to be pointing forward. Last one if you can. Remember, rest if you can't do them all. Do whatever feels Now we're going to point the toe and do some small circles backwards. Breathe in, tighten, tummy in, ribs down, and then start to circle that top leg backwards. Imagine you're drawing a circle. If you had a pen in between your toes, you're drawing a circle on a piece of paper. Remember to rest if you need to. You can, if you only want to do 2 or 3 circles, that's fine. If you haven't done it before, it's quite intense, this one. Let's rest there now and circle the other way. Breathe in, tighten, tummy in, ribs down, and then circle forwards this time. So we're going to go for 8. If you can only do 4 or 2, that's okay. Keep squeezing your tummy in. Last 2. And rest. So we're going to stretch that muscle in the top of the leg now. So if you hold onto your foot, bend your top leg, hold onto your top foot, and then just push your hip forward so you can feel a stretch all the way down the front of your thigh at the top. So that gets rid of that little pain in the hip here as well, sort of in your bum area. And then we're going to straighten out both of our legs now. So imagine you're standing up tall on your tiptoes. Point your toes. Breathe in again. Tense the tummy, engage the core, and then I want you to lift your top leg, not too high, and then lift your bottom leg to touch your top leg, and lower both legs down. And again, lift the top leg, lift the bottom leg, slowly lower both legs down. Again, lift the top leg, bottom leg, slowly down. So again, we're going to do 8. Rest when you need to, if you're struggling. Got 4 to go. Lift the top leg, bottom leg, control it back down. 3, top, bottom, control. Last 2, top, bottom, and rest. 1 more, top, bottom, and relax. Okay, have a stretch again. Hold on to your ankle, push your hip forward, and then this time I want you to pull your leg back so you can feel the stretch more in the top of the hip at the front. Okay, before we do the other side, we're going to do some cobras. So if you roll onto your tummy, put your hands underneath your shoulders. The lower down you have your hands, the higher up you're going to be able to go. So this is the one where you need to be really careful if you've got problems with your lower back. Just start with a small movement and see how it goes. So you want to look straight down at the floor so your neck stays in line with your spine. Completely relax your body. Take a big deep breath in. Squeeze your tummy muscles as tight as you can, and then just use the strength in your arms and your hands to push yourself up. So you're coming up like a snake, and then slowly curling back down again. Again. So if that felt okay, go up a little bit higher. Listen to your body. You don't want to make anything worse if you have got problems with your back. If you push it too much, you're going to make it worse. Just be gentle with yourself. So push. Again, we're trying to lift each vertebra one by one. So try not to come up in a straight line. Peel yourself off the floor. Curl up. And slowly curl down. And again. Curl up. And slowly down. Well done. So you're going to feel this in the muscles in the backs of your arms. Okay, we're going to do 2 more if you can. Remember, if you can't do them all, you have a little rest. Okay, last time. stay up and come into a cat stretch. Hands and knees in a nice square shape. And then if you drop your head down, round your back like a humpback bridge and push your hips forward so you can feel a stretch in your lower back. Again, nice deep breaths. So I want you to turn around now 180 degrees so that your head is on the opposite side of your mat, so you're still facing the screen. If you need your pillow, take your pillow with you. So resting your head in your hand or resting your head on your arm. So your bottom leg is bent, top leg is straight. Remember, your hip bone should be pointing forward, not towards the ceiling, and also your knees as well. So hand on the floor, flex your top foot, breathe in, tense the tummy, engage the core, and then let's lift that top leg up. Now point your toes, squeeze and lower it down. Flex the foot, so you'll feel it more in the calf, lift, point your toe, squeeze, and you'll feel it more, the muscles in the front of your legs now. So flex, lift up, and point, lower it down. Keep it going, flex, still breathing, still keeping the core engaged. Flex, lift, and point, lower down. Try not to twist the knees. Flex, lift, point, lower down. Last two. Flex, and point. Last one. Flex, and point. Now keep your feet keep your foot pointed. Breathe in, tighten. Tummy and ribs down. Backward circles. Small circles. Try and keep your body nice and still. You're just moving the leg. 4 to go if you can. Last 2. And then change direction, circle forwards. Remember, take a break if you need one. I quite like the pain myself. I like a bit of pain. Last 2. And rest. Okay, have a stretch now. So bend your foot, bend your leg, hold on to your ankle, and then just push your hip forward so you can feel the stretch down the front of your thigh at the top. And then we're going to straighten out both legs now, as if you're standing on your tiptoes. Put your hand in front on the floor. Take a breath. Tense the tummy, engage the core, and then lift the top leg not too high. Lift your bottom leg and lower both legs back down. And again, lift the top leg, bottom leg, and lower both down. Again, so squeezing the muscles all the way down the fronts of your legs. Keeping the core engaged. Concentrate. Breathe. Okay, you've got 3 left, if you can manage it. Last 2. And 1 more. Perfect. Now, bend your knee again. Hold around the front of your ankle or your foot. Push the hip forward. And then we're pulling that leg back this time. So you can feel it in the front of the hip at the top. When you've recovered, we're going to roll over onto our front again. So this time, I want you to take both arms above your head and just rest your hands on the floor. Again, you need to keep your neck in line with your spine. Okay, and then we're going to take a deep breath in, tense the tummy muscles, and I want you to lift your right leg off the floor and lower it down. Now change legs, left leg, breathing out, breathing in, lower it down. So we're just lifting one leg at a time, keeping the toes pointed, keeping the breathing going and squeezing the tummy muscles in. And then when you're ready, I want you to add in the opposite arm. So without lifting your head, just lift the arm and the leg. Keep your head just looking straight down at your mat so your neck is lengthened. Try and lengthen your body as long as you can, stretching yourself and breathing. Last 4. That's 2. Relax. Put your hands in front of you, one on top of the other, and just turn your head and relax your head on your hands. Similar again, hands above your head. So this time we're going to do some little pulses. So this is called swimming. Keep your head down and you're going to lift your both hands and both legs, and then imagine that you're just paddling under the sea. So when you're ready, breathe in, squeeze your tummy muscles, lift the arms and the legs, keep your head down and start to paddle. Although we're under the sea, we are still breathing. We've got oxygen. Don't hold your breath. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax down. Cobra yourself back up onto all 4s. And again, come into your cat stretch. So dropping the head, rounding your back, pushing your hips forward, and just stay like that. Okay, we're going to come up now into a full press-up position. So turn your toes under, curl your toes under, and lift yourself up. So you might find your bum sticking in the air. So what you need to do is try and get your bottom nice and flat. So if you can't do that and your bum is sticking up in the air, that's okay, but you're aiming to get your bottom flat, okay? If you really can't do that, put your knees on the floor, okay? So we're going to go up and down now. So when you're ready, breathe in. So if you've got your knees on the floor, you're going to take your bottom back, and then you're going to lower your bottom back down so it's flat. Okay? So you're going backwards into a kind of a prayer stretch, and then forwards, pushing your hips forward. Try not to sag in the middle. Remember, you can do it on your toes. So keep going with this one if you're doing the easy level, if you can't manage to go on your toes. So the harder one is pushing your head through your arms and flattening out your bottom, so your knees are off the floor. It's up to you, work at your own level. Remember, when you flatten out your bottom, try not to sag in the middle. Squeezing your tummy muscles in. Okay, last one. And then drop your knees back down to the floor, and then we're going to come into a prayer stretch now. Sit your bottom on your heels, stretch both arms as far forward as you can, gently press your hands into the floor. Try and keep your arms straight. Let your head just relax. And come up into a seated position now. So we'll do our spine twist and the saw. So you can either do this one on your knees with your bottom away from your feet, or you can cross your legs and put your pillow under your bum if you can't sit up straight, if you feel like you're slouching. So whichever position suits you. We're only going to twist the spine. So remember, if you're slouching, put your pillow under your bum. Hands together, and then your two middle fingers, rest them on your chin. Breathe in, tense the tummy, engage the core, and then start to twist to the right, breathing out. Come back to the centre, breathing in. So remember, you've got to keep your core engaged, otherwise it doesn't feel like you're doing an awful lot. If you do it without engaging the core, you'll probably be able to twist a lot further round. Keep that core engaged. Still breathing. Well done. I must remember to check my watch because the clock says it's 1:30, and I don't really think it is it? I don't want to keep you too long. Okay, just two more now. And rest. Oh, it's nearly 10:02. Time flies when you're having fun. So we're going to stay in the same position now, and then we're going to just reach over to one side, as far as you can, and then come over to the other side. So I'm not sure if you can do that on your knees, can you? Are you managing it, Trish? Yeah. It's a bit of a struggle to reach the floor, isn't it? If you're struggling to reach the floor, that's it. Sit like that, Mervyn, and you can do it like that with your knees in that position. So reach up as high as you can, stretching all down your ribs. Try and go a little bit lower each time. Last two. And rest. Now we're going to do rolling like a ball now, because I know Mandy loves this one. So hold on to your knees and lift your feet off the floor. If you don't like this one and it scares you a little bit, you can put your hands on the floor and just roll on your bottom instead, if you feel a little bit afraid. So when you go back, remember you need to round your back, otherwise you're going to do a back flop. Breathe in, tense the tummy, engage the core, drop the chin and roll back. So it's a little bit like you're going to do a backward roll, without going all the way over. Last three. And relax. Oh, you went right over then, Mandy. I thought you were going to land on the sofa. Now we're going to do open leg rocker. So if you can't do this one, I just want you to practice balancing on your bottom like this. Okay? So if you can, get your legs straight. I know it's difficult for some people, and take your feet apart. So you're in a kind of a V shape. So you can either hold it there, or you can control it back, roll back, and forwards. How are we doing with that one? Just be careful, don't break any of your ornaments. Or put your foot through the telly. So remember, if you can't do it, just practice balancing on your bottom. That's fine. Last one. And then bring your feet back together, feet down, and give your knees a big hug. So just pull your knees into your chest and squeeze the muscles in your back. So we're going to go onto our stretching now. So if you want your balls, you can put your balls underneath your bottom. I think we'll start with bottom. I've got these red ones today. These are a bit harder. Let's see how I get on with them. So lying on your back, put your pillow underneath your head and put one ball under each bum cheek. If you haven't got any balls and you want some, you can get them from Amazon, and they're just called prickly balls, Pilates prickly balls. If you want me to, I can send you the link. Oh, these are hard. Oh. So first exercise is bringing your knee into your chest and straightening the other leg. So bring your right knee into your chest, straighten out your left leg. Just hover your left leg off the floor a little bit. And then you want to keep pulling that right knee into the chest so you can feel a stretch in the hip. Hold it there nice and still. Relax the left leg back onto the floor. Bring your right leg into tabletop, so your right calf on the table, and then slowly take your right leg out to the right. Bring it back to the centre. And again, so you want your left leg flat on the floor, straight. Your right leg is in a 90-degree bend, and you're just taking it out to the side, to the right side, and back to the centre. Like a windscreen wiper. And now we're going to hold it out and just let your muscle relax into the ball. If it's hurting your hip, put your foot on the floor, your right foot on the floor. Okay, bring that right knee back to the centre, and then take your right knee over the top of your left thigh without lifting your shoulders. So you should be in a kind of a funny shape, like you've just had a nasty accident. Now let's see if we can lift the left leg up and down. So if you've got your ball under your bum, this is quite intense. If you want to make it even worse, change the angle of your foot every time you lift. So turn your toes out and then straighten them each time you lift. That's 2. And relax that left foot back down. Roll the right leg back. I'm going to change sides. So you might need to just adjust your balls, put them back in the right place. And then you're going to bring your left knee into your chest, straighten out your right leg, flex your right foot, and just hover your right foot off the floor, your right leg off the floor. So you're holding on to your left knee, pulling it towards your chest. Feeling a stretch in the top of the hip. Okay, relax the right leg back down on the floor. Keep the right leg straight, and you want a 90-degree bend in your left leg. So your left calf is on the table. And then slowly take your left leg out to the left, keeping it bent, and bring it back to the centre. So we're back to the windscreen wipers. Nice and slow. Last one, and then we're going to hold it there. So just let it stay out to the left side. If it's hurting your hip, put your left foot on the floor. My leg always shakes on this side. I think I've got something wrong with my hip. Doesn't feel right. Okay, bring your left knee back to the middle and then take it over the top of your right thigh. So keep your shoulders on the floor and just let the ball sink into the muscle. And then when you're ready, lift your right leg up and down if you want to. You don't have to. If it's too much pain, just stay still. If you like a bit of pain, change the angle of the foot. And rest. Okay, roll back to the middle, bend both knees, adjust your balls again. And then we're going to take both arms above the chest and drop your knees to the right. Take your arms and your head, turn them to the left. Just going to relax now into the balls. Okay, swap over. Knees to the left, arms and the head to the right. Just relax into the balls. And then back to the centre. And then just take your balls a little bit higher up now and cross your right foot over your left knee. And then when you're ready, lift your left foot off the floor so you're pushing your right knee towards your chest. If your balls feel uncomfortable, you can move them into a different position so they feel comfy. And then if you can reach, hold around the back of your left leg and pull it towards your chest. It's 2 minutes to 1 now, so if anybody does need to go, feel free. I won't think you're rude. If you've got anywhere to go. Be lucky if you have. Okay, so you're trying to get your toe in your mouth. Or Mervin's trying to get Trisha's toe in his mouth. Okay, relax. Both feet back down, swap over. Cross your left foot over your right knee. And then lift both legs off the floor. Lift the right foot off the floor so you're pushing your left foot towards your chest. And then if you can reach, hold around the back of your right leg now, pull it towards your chest. If you want to have a little rock from side to side, just massaging the bottom of your back on the balls, you can. Now relax, both feet back down. And then put the balls underneath your shoulders now. So between the shoulder blade and the spine, usual place. Okay, and then when you're ready, lift both arms over the head. Just relax them down to the floor. And then when you're ready, breathe in, tense the tummy, engage the core, and lift your hips up and down. So you're curling your spine up and down off the floor. Last 3. Arms down, and then just open the arms out to the side and cross them over your chest. So just opening and closing the arms. It's not quite the same if you haven't got any balls, is it, Rach? you're ever in Bimaris for anything, there are some in reception if you want to borrow some. Last one. And relax the arms down. Okay, take both knees to one side, roll over, and push up onto your hands and knees. So you don't need your balls now, you can get rid of your balls. So we're going to do pigeon. We haven't done pigeon for ages, have we? So if you slide your right knee forward as far as it'll go, and slide your left leg back as far as it'll go. Okay, so I want you to now bring your right foot towards the left side a bit more, so it's on an angle. Can you see that? On an angle. So it's not straight anymore. So you can either stay in that position or you can lower your chest towards your thigh. Keep the hands on the floor if you need to, and then if you want to make it even harder, stretch your arms above your head. And then we're just going to hold that position. Bring your hands back down and push yourself up. Swap legs. So take your left knee as far forward as you can. Stretch your right leg back as far forward as you can. And then walk your left foot towards the right side so it's on an angle. Either stay in that position or lower your chest towards your thigh. So either keeping your hands where they are now or stretching them forward to make the stretch more intense. Hold it there. Walk your hands back and then push up slowly and come back onto all fours. Curl your toes under. Lift your knees. Try and get your legs straight, take your feet apart if you need to, and then push your head through your arms towards your legs. Try and lower your heels down a little bit. So you want to be in the pointiest triangle that you can make. Keep pushing the head through. Squeeze your tummy and then walk your hands towards your feet without bending your knees if you can. And then I want you to arch your back like a humpback bridge so that your hands lift off the floor and straighten out your legs. So keeping that arch in your back, just do some circles gently with the arms, letting them swing by themselves. No effort. Relax the head, let the head just hang. And then change the direction of the circles. Breathe in. Squeeze your tummy, bend your knees a little bit, and then if you want to put your hands on your thighs, you can, and just uncurl your spine nice and slowly until you're standing up straight. And then once you're up, give your feet a little paddle. And then we're going to take both feet wide with your toes pointing on a diagonal. Arms are going to go behind your back. Lift your arms as high as you can. Bend your knees a little bit. And then we're going to just lean forward and take the arms as high as you can comfortably. If you're not sure about that one and you don't want to put your head down, just keep standing up straight and lift your arms as high as you can behind you, pushing your chest forward. So this is the ostrich. Before you come up, breathe in. Squeeze your tummy, make sure your knees are bent, and then push your feet into the floor and slowly come back up to a stand. Take some deep breaths and give your shoulders a roll. And then, excuse me, cross your arms in front, breathe in, bend the knees. Big stretch over the head, squeeze the muscles in your back, and breathe out. And again, deep breath in, big stretch, squeeze, and breathe out. And one last time, big deep breath in, stretch, and breathe out. And that is it, you are done. Give yourselves a big clap, well done. So I'm going to turn the video off, and then if you want to turn your